we were on this quest for a long time to see, like, could this exist? And here it is. And so this is a 67. We call it the Lost Paisley. It is, it's crazy to me that this isn't the one that they decided to go, like, when they see these, why is this a unicorn? That ought to be the unicorn.
We gotta talk about these guitars. First of all, I was so jealous growing up that there wasn't a guitar that I could play that would be my signature guitar the way Paisley Guitars.
It's Kuhn?
Kuhn,
Like John Kuhn from the Packers?
Yeah, he's my uncle.
No.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's not.
No. I was going to say.
It's like that, but it's not like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But there was no Kuhn signature guitar.
You do a raccoon.
I should have done that.
Yeah, the Kuhn. You know South Park? The
Yes.
Coon? You know the Coon,
yeah.
the superhero? The
yes,
Coon?
yeah.
That's
I should have had that on the
Cartman
guitar.
superhero, the Coon.
Maybe I should get a sticker on that for the guitar.
You totally should.
For a guitar.
Without a doubt.
Okay, I'm so glad we cleared this up.
Yeah.
But your first Paisley, you bought with advance money, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. That was, well, I don't know if it was, I think it was like they just gave me the money for it. I had gotten a deal with publisher and a production deal and was working on stuff, and I was like, that was in like 95. And I was like, I'm gonna go buy a Paisley Tele, and I was like, they're like, well, we have a budget for stuff like wardrobe, and that kind of counts. And I'm like, well, if you're willing to, yeah, sure. I mean, if it's their money, great.
Yeah.
So I think it was nothing. It was like $3,000 then.
It's crazy, right?
Which now, I mean.
So that was your first pink Paisley.
Yeah.
And then what was the next one that you got of the Paisleys? It was this La Brea one.
Mm-hmm.
And then where are we now? So this one, when did you get this one that you're holding?
Kind of last year, at the end of the year, sort of, beginning of this.
And was your obsession with this color, did it only start when you got this guitar?
The bottom line is, like, they made red, they called it Paisley Red. There's a great ad that we can show. I'll show you, it's on my phone, but did you ever see the ad for it?
I don't know if I ever have.
It's like so cool. It basically says, like, Paisley Red. I'll read you the ad and show you what it looks like. Like, this was so stupid.
Were they
this,
red
by the
originally?
way, was a really dumb business decision by Fender.
Were they more red originally, and then did they become more pink, or
Yeah.
were they always like
I think
this?
they were always pink-ish. See, that's what the ad looked like.
Oh yeah, that's
I'll send
so
you that
fun.
if you
Send
want.
me that. We'll overlay.
Yeah. So basically, it's this ad here, and it says this. Like, if you read the print, it says Paisley Red. This is so stupid. Paisley Red pulsates with every beat and swirls in a blinding carousel of color, forms, and tones. Fender shines again. This was going to rejuvenate them, and there's the bass too.
That's so
They
fun.
had the Paisley bass.
Because this is kind of a weird time for Fender.
Yeah, oh
because
yeah.
CBS now in '67 they're fully owned
Yeah,
by
it was
CBS.
a weird time for America.
Yes,
Everything
yeah,
was
yeah,
weird, and it was like, they're like, oh man, let's put this. So this stuff was called cling foil. That's on these, right? As my phone starts to make the
To
hand,
make the-
do
yeah.
that thing it does. Cling foil was this stuff. Like, look at this. This is crazy. Here's an ad for cling foil, and it's got a woman in her living room. Yeah.
I mean, this is so funny.
Look at this. You can put that up too. Cling foil, the sparkling new self-stick decorative foil covering. And it's got like, she's covered everything in that room has it.
Has
the
cling foil
fridge
on
has
it.
cling foil. and
Basically,
that's
what they're saying
striped.
is put this everywhere.
Yeah.
It's going to go on everything.
Yeah, the flower pot looks like it's got the red probably. But we think that was called pink. I don't know. But anyway, they go into the lab, whatever that was, and go, some guy shows up, some hippie got hired by Fender and had a brilliant idea. Let's stick that adhesive foil paper on guitar bodies, and we can charge a premium and they'll buy it. Because everybody wanted, because you've seen the Brady Bunch and
Yeah.
Partridge Family, that's what they wanted.
Yeah,
Look at their house.
Yeah.
And so it was like that, and then nobody liked it. Like, it was, I mean, if you look at this, like, it's the
thing
weirdest.
that's weird is it doesn't look bad to me, but I think that's because we've accepted them.
For sure.
But it doesn't look bad to me.
So here's what happens. they put these out. It's 1968 when they released them, right? And this comes out as well as Blue Floral, which is in the other room, which we can show people to later. But like, so these come out, and it's like you saw the ad. It's like, it pulsates. Congratulations. And everybody's kind of like, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen, and it would be. It's sort of red paisleys with a pink interior and green, and then this red burst that turns gold immediately when the sun hits it. Like, if you look if you look at my first album cover, or not cover, but inside the art, look at what Old Pink looks like. It was still red. It still had red. It is now 100% copper. Like, all that red evaporates immediately in the sunlight. That old pigment doesn't hold up. And so, like, everybody's thinking, oh, that's the stupidest idea ever. And by the way, it was another $100, like, to get that version versus a regular Tele. So they sat on the shelves. Everybody's like, I'll take the one that's 100 less that's actually pretty to me. You know? So they send one to James Burton and go, maybe he'll do it. You know, he'll love this. So James sees it, and James has told this story, and it's great. And he's like looking at it in the case, and he's like, am I really going to play this? And so he puts it off for a few days. And then one night at the Hilton in Las Vegas, I think, he's got on his white jumpsuit. Everybody does. And Elvis is ready to go. And he goes, watch this. And he puts it on. Da-da-da, da-da-da, right? Elvis looks and stares at him the whole night. And then James goes over when it's over, and he's like, oh, man, I'm dead. Because the thing is popping from the stage unlike any instrument. And look at it, you know, and so he says, boss, I'm sorry. I won't ever do it again. And he goes, oh, no, you'll never play anything else. That's amazing. That. And because Elvis loved it, if Elvis had said, you're right, that's ugly, don't do that,
we'd never hear about them probably.
They'd all have been destroyed. And instead, here's James Burton gets known for that guitar. And I told James, you're the reason I didn't have to change my name.
Are you serious? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, like, right.
But I told Fender, I thanked him when I first talked to him and started doing stuff with him. I was like, you made me a SIG model 4 years before I was born.
Yeah, right. It's incredible. So then what's the obsession now with these? So you finally get this one about a year ago.
So you know, cling foil, this substance, did not also, I don't think it sold well either. Like, I think they had it on rolls in the shelves.
The whole thing is just a failure.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways. Like, and they had many, like, there's other flower patterns, there were stripes, there were some big square blocks, but it's all aluminum foil with adhesive, and it's got a pressed sort of pattern to it. And it's a really pretty thing. When you look at it, it's 3D. Like, these paisleys look like they're floating on this.
Yeah.
And so the thing that's crazy about this is that they went with that. And so I'd always thought, why that color? And did they mock up anything else? And so we were on this quest for a long time to see, like, could this exist? And here it is. And so this is a 67. We call it the Lost Paisley. It is, you know, it's crazy to me that this isn't the one that they decided to go. Like, when they see these, why is this a unicorn? That ought to be the unicorn.
Yes, right.
It ought to be reversed, because to me this is so much, it might have even worked in this color.
This one is such a great color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you know, and what's crazy is, like, this, I don't know how many they would have done of other colors.
How many do you think these exist?
I don't know.
No idea.
No idea.
So then how do you start meddling with this to try to figure out?
We've been on a hunt for this, and it's funny. You saw some of the ads that I did, or not ads. I say ads. It's me doing stupid Instagram videos.
No, they're great.
With incredible technology.
Yeah.
Incredible special effects.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
You really thought I was going to die, didn't you?
I did. And what's interesting is you put Zach in the role of the character who gets stabbed by the booby
you want to do that
traps.
next time? I can always use a great Zach sidekick.
I'm here. Say the word. Yeah.
One of my favorite comments was, isn't he a little tall to be short round?
right.
But, like, I said, because I wanted people to know about this as I played in Europe and started to get questions like, what is that? And so I was like, we should do a funny reveal of this thing that is really, to me, and you've played it. It's special.
This guitar is insane, and the difference between the pink one and this one, which are
And that's a great guitar.
killer guitar.
But how does a great guitar get bested by such a degree? I don't know. And I've recorded with this lately on some things, and it's like, what? And in the studio, it's the same thing. It's like, just, I don't know, it speaks.
It just comes to life.
Yeah. But this is the fun part. My wife is so over this. She is so like, I'm so done with this. You know, and I've got some other friends that we've been like talking about, like, what do you do with this, and how do we let people sort of like share in this thing? And we're working on that. But it's like, as she walks by and we're on the phone, she's like, if I talked about anything this much, you would probably leave me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we say about these guitars?
Man, I just think coming to a city near you, right?
Coming to a city near you.
Yeah,
maybe.
and also like we are trying to like figure out like how do other people get to experience this. But,
It's incredible.
but yeah, I think it's just fun to like. What's neat about this is like as somebody with a namesake of that, when I wasn't around when they did all that, to have sort of discovered this potential thing that could be like, I think there's a legacy thing to this a little bit, you know, expanding on what was a really bad idea and taking it further, you know.
It's so funny though, because I feel like it's a good idea.
I'm the type to take a bad idea as far as you can take
To
it.
take it as far as you can take it.
To run it in the ground.